Hey guys, how you doing? JP Saricolia here. Now, the Pacific Storm, the Pacific War is raging on right now in Battlefield 5, and we are super excited for it. Definitely very happy. It is a great update. They have done a lot of great things, and definitely these are exciting times for Battlefield fans. Now, of course, we in this new update that just happened, started last Thursday, and it's been going on throughout the weekend. Of course, now at the start of the week, and there's a lot of it. Of course, there's two maps that were included. Iojima, I already reviewed that. You can watch that video. But we also have Pacific Storm. Now, Pacific Storm is different, and there's comes with a lot of things, good things and bad things. So in this video, what I want to do, I'm going to break down the good and the bad, the things that I like and the things that I dislike, the things that actually are perfect and the things that need improvement. So stay tuned. First, let's start with the good. Always the good, of course. Now, the map is gorgeous. It is full of detail, bright and inviting colors. It just looks amazing. There's detail everywhere. You can see through water. You can see the coral reef. You can see the fish. You can see sharks. You can see all kind of things. The sky is gorgeous. It is just beautiful. They did a fantastic job with that. It looks more like a getaway spot, like a vacation spot, than a war zone. And I like that. I feel like I want to be there. I want to go there. And that feeling that you have is definitely magnified with this game. They did a fantastic job. DICE did a beautiful map here. In my opinion, this is the most inviting map so far. I love the design of this map. It is a set of islands with plenty of open space to explore. It reminds me of actually of Wake Island. Of course, it takes a lot from Parasol Island from Battlefield 4, but even some of Battlefront Scarif, which is actually one of my favorite DLC maps in Battlefront 1. Really like that. It definitely does have a lot of it. The DNA is there and you can feel it. There's a lot of things happening around. You can choose to go full frontal attack. You can actually also go through the flanks. So there's a lot of things you can do, and it really gives room. This map really gives room for every play style, every different variation of the attack or defense modes that you love. If you want to be more attack driven, then you can go for it. If you want to be more defensive driven, you can go for it. So I really like it. It is really a fun map. Now, another thing that I like within the design is the vegetation. Yeah, the vegetation is beautiful, but it doesn't get in the way. Something that I noticed, it happens a lot in Scarif, and it can be frustrating on the Battlefront, where there's a lot of vegetation, but it's in the way, and it's like you cannot cross it, and it's really frustrating. Even in some little bushes that actually anybody can run on or jump on, you get stuck in them. But here, you don't have that problem. They do it at smart design with it, so you can go all over the vegetation. You don't really have to be stuck in it, and I like it. I do like that they actually were very clever in the way they design it. So even though it's for cosmetic purposes, it's not getting in the way and affecting gameplay. Now, in this map, the new weapons that are provided with the new update really shine. The M1 Garand, I think, is the best weapon so far, probably the best weapon in the entirety of the game. I really like it. It's very strong. It does work well because of the way the map is designed. You're gonna do a lot of, I would say, attack. You have to go full frontal attack, but also you can go through the flanks, and definitely mid-range sniping comes in handy. And the M1 Garand is the type of weapon that is very it's open for all type of styles, and I feel that they did a fantastic job with the gun, and it works well in this map. But also you have the Japanese Type 100 SMG for medics, really good because of the fast pace of this map. Definitely comes in handy. The M19 1986 MMG, the Browning machine gun, that is fantastic for defense. Some people love it for attack, but in my opinion, it is the perfect weapon to, I would say, to defend a sector. It really comes in handy. And the Type 99 Arisaka bolt action, I really I'm falling in love with this sniping rifle. It is fun, and I really like it. It's not different than other rifles, but I do notice that there's certain difference. It is hard for me to tell exactly what it is, but I really have fun with it. It is a fast sniping rifle that is, I think, more designed for fast attackers, and I feel that it shines with the settings that are purposely for that. Now, the flamethrower and the katana are super fun, particularly on this map. I find them, some people might find them gimmicky, but I don't. And I feel that they're super necessary, particularly on this map. Now, the flamethrower, it is very effective, of course, in Iwo Jima when you're through the tunnels and you're trying to clear out the space. But here, because there's a lot of vegetation, you can have a lot of campers around without even notice them. So I think the flamethrower is perfect just to clear the brushes and to open a field and to even destroy buildings and stuff like that. So I feel that it is super effective here. The katana, it's fun to play here because, of course, there's a lot of vegetation. You can really run through the vegetation without being seen, and you can slice and dice. Pretty much you can have fun with it, and I found them to be super fun in this map. Now, all the vehicles provided with this update are fantastic, but in my opinion, the best vehicles for this map are the amphibious tanks like the LVT and the Kami, and also the dingy boat really comes in handy. You're going to use them a lot. They're more effective here than they are in Iwo Jima, because of course you're surrounded by water, so you're gonna move around a lot through the water, and there's small bridges connecting some of those islands, and of course once those are destroyed, definitely you need an amphibious tank. So I find them to be more effective here, and their shine in this environment. Now, this map offers a lot of defense tools to defenders, in this case the Japanese side. They're really good and effective in the playfield, in the battlefield. You get a lot of cannons and a lot of anti-aircraft artillery, and if you know how to use them well, you can damage your opponents, in this case the Americans. They're there, and they're very effective, and I really like the way they were actually designed. In Iwo Jima, you also have them, but I feel that they're in this particular map, they're more well set, well placed in the different areas, and definitely they offer better protection. Now, because of the geography of this map being so flat and full, in this case of vegetation, you're pretty much in the middle of a jungle. The planes have to fly lower, and because they have to fly lower, that make it more vulnerable for attack, particularly for the Fliegerfaust, which is really effective in this map because of it. So definitely, if you are in love with that, the Fliegerfaust, I am, definitely is going to come in handy a lot in this game. The bad. Now it's time to talk about the bad. Although DICE released update 5.0 ahead of the new maps, there's still bugs in the game. Now, I did not encounter as many bugs as I did with Iwo Jima, but definitely there are some bugs here. Particularly, there's slowdowns, and I found a little bit of lag at times. It didn't happen all the time, but I encountered a couple of times. And of course, they take away that enjoyment, or they take you from the experience. When you start, you start playing, all of a sudden you start kind of backtracking and things like that. So that's very annoying. I do have fast internet. I don't have a problem with my internet. I don't have a problem with other games. It seems that with Battlefield, I do get more of that. And I think that's pretty much a problem with the server. So definitely that's something that needs some work on. Now, although I enjoy the beauty of the map and the openness and how wide and big it is, and that you can run around and do all kinds of things, it is true that the map, the size of the map, makes it difficult to defend. There's too much open space, and there's a lot of things going on, a lot of things happening around. So you have to be on your toes at all times. You have to be aware of your left, of your right. There's so many flanking routes, and you have to be very effective. So definitely depends a lot on your playstyle, how aware are you of your surroundings, and also the teammates that you have. If you're effective in defending your sector, then you're gonna have fun. But if not, if you're not being as effective, then definitely you're gonna be teared down to pieces by everything that is happening around. Now, this brings me to the important aspect of it, and I have mentioned this before in other reviews of other maps in this game, that the experience that you have, how much you like the experience, is going to depend heavily on the experience of your teammates. If you have experienced teammates, people that know the gameplay, they know the maps, they are working as a team, you're going to have a lot of fun. Now, if you are playing with people that just got here for the first time, and it happened, of course, we had a trial, so there were a lot of newbies, a lot of noobs, then you're going to have a lot of problems. You're going to have a hard time trying just to defend or even attack. And, you know, in this map really helps those that know the gameplay and know the style of Battlefield and they understand the map, but it doesn't help those that do not know what they're doing. So you're gonna see a lot of people running around like, you know, like headless chickens when they don't know what to do. So I found myself having that experience at the beginning of the in this case the update, the first day. It was a lot of fun, a lot of seasoned players playing, so I was really having a lot of fun. Now over the weekend there were a lot of in this case newcomers, people trying the game for the first time, and definitely it was not as pleasant because of their inexperience. But I feel that as time progresses, of course after the trial ends, that's already over, you're going to play with the people that know the game, that understand the game better, and definitely it's going to add up to the fun factor. Although there is a storm in the game, as in Parasol Island, it never feels that it adds anything of value or that it turns the tide in any way possible. I just felt that it is just there for aesthetic purposes, but not necessarily that it really changes the outcome or benefits one side over the other. And I feel that that's just something that it needs to be addressed on. I never felt that there's any type of bullet drop like I felt in Parasol Island because of the power of the winds and the storm and the water and the surge and all of that. It really changes the way you have to play. Sometimes you have to really change your approach to attack or your approach to defense, but it doesn't happen here. It's just there, just I would say, just for the beauty of it, just for the looks, but not necessarily because it's really effective or is really adding value to the game. Now, I want to share this, and as I did on the Iojima map review, I feel that with this map, it really adds up more to my argument. And I feel that it is really time for Battlefield to start exploring, to go beyond the 64 max player count, you know, the 32 versus 32. This map is huge, and because it's so huge, you have to be running around a lot. And I feel that it is time for I would say Battlefield to start exploring the opportunity to really make these battlefields larger in scale, not only by the size of the map, but primarily by adding more players to the count. And definitely that's going to make the experience perhaps more chaotic, but also more fun in a good way. At the end of the day, you want to sell the idea of an invasion. An invasion means a lot of boots on the ground, and we need that. And I feel that it is time for, they would say, Battlefield to really try that. I know it's not going to happen with this game, of course, because that it means that a structural engineering change that it's not going to happen. But I would say for the future, I think it's time for, I would say, DICE to really explore the idea to go beyond that. If Modern Warfare is already doing it with Ground War, I think it's time to really add, I would say, a larger player count to the different modes. In conclusion, I have to tell you this with total certainty and with total honesty from my part. I have a lot of fun with this map. To be honest, I really enjoy it more than I did enjoy Iojima. Yes, Iojima is more classic in, I would say, in its approach to Battlefield, and definitely the one that people are going to love the most. But so far, the one that I've been having a lot of fun because it's fast-paced is, in this case, Pacific Storm. I really like it. It is a lot of things you gotta do. You gotta be on your toes. You gotta move fast, and there's a lot of tools, a lot of weapons that you can use to your advantage. It's good for attackers. Defenders perhaps get the harder part of it, but if you're a good defender, if you know what you're doing, and if you are working and playing with people that also are like-minded, you are going to have really a good time with this game. It's really fun. I'm very glad that we are getting to see that. Now looking forward to Wake Island. I don't know, but everything that they've been adding so far has been so good. And this is definitely, these two maps, Iwo Jima and Pacific Storm, are the best maps so far. So I can tell you one thing, if you haven't played it, it is time for you to try it. And if you're going to start playing Battlefield, start with these two maps. Definitely those are the best in the whole game. But what is your opinion? Are you having fun with it? Are you playing Battlefield right now? Are you still on the fence? Are you playing Modern Warfare? I tell you from the bottom of my heart, with honesty on this is the best time to play Battlefield. And hopefully they can apply the same that they did here on this two maps. They can apply it to Wake Island, for example, but also they can apply it to D-Day and anything that, you know, moving forward. That would be awesome. Definitely they did it great here. So once again, my friends, thanks for watching. God bless, take care, and I'll talk to you again. Bye bye.